Top 10 Death Research Topics. Mental disorders and vulnerability to homicidal death. This essay researches the relationship between mental disorders and the vulnerability to homicidal death. Try to examine the potential factors, such as untreated mental illness, access to firearms, or substance abuse, that may contribute to elevated risk. What support systems can be implemented to promote mental health? Terrorist attacks, death and horrifying effects on innocent people. Here, you should dig into the influence of terrorist attacks on innocent people. Thus, you may discuss the emotional and psychological ramifications of such events and the resulting loss of life. How do terrorist attacks cause widespread fear and trauma within affected communities? What measures can be taken to support the victims and also prevent future attacks? Human life and death in Christianity and Buddhism. How do Christianity and Buddhism view the purpose and value of human life? We propose to compare the perspectives of these religions on human life and death. What are their beliefs about the soul and the journey beyond? You may highlight their beliefs and teachings regarding the nature of existence. Natural Death Act and Life-Sustaining Treatment. In this paper, you can write about the Natural Death Act and the ethical considerations surrounding life-sustaining treatment. What are the ethical repercussions of balancing a patient's right to die naturally with the duty of healthcare professionals to preserve life? Try to investigate how this act protects individuals' autonomy in determining their treatment preferences. Religious Perspective of Death and Dying, George's Case. This paper explores the religious perspectives on death and dying. How do other religious traditions approach death and provide guidance and solace to their adherents? Try to use the case study of George to examine how different spiritual practices shape attitudes toward funeral rites and the journey of the soul. Near-death experiences and explanatory models. Research near-death experiences and the various explanatory models used to comprehend these phenomena. Therefore, you should assess spiritual and neuroscientific perspectives. Reveal the common elements reported in NDEs. How do NDEs impact individuals' beliefs about life, death, and the afterlife? Emily Dickinson's Reasons to Write About Death. This essay investigates the reasons behind Emily Dickinson's exploration of death in her poetry, analyzing her personal experiences, philosophical contemplation, and poetic aspirations. What insights can be gained from Dickinson's lyrical exploration of mortality and the condition of man? How does her unique perspective and use of language contribute to her portrayal of death? Death row prisoners in the United States, abolishing the capital punishment. This topic discusses the issue of death row prisoners in the U.S. and the ongoing debate concerning abolishing capital punishment. We propose to consider the ethical and legal ramifications. You may present the arguments for and against the death penalty. Try to explain how society can ensure justice while valuing human dignity. The concept of death and perspectives of Christianity and Hinduism. Here, we offer to compare the concept of death in Christianity and Hinduism. You may include critical tenets of Christian beliefs about resurrection and eternal life. How does Hinduism view death as part of a continuous cycle of reincarnation and liberation? Moreover, you can research rituals and practices associated with death. How do these religions provide guidance and a framework for comprehension of the meaning of life? The concept of death and dying in religions. In this paper, you should reveal the concept of death and dying in various religious traditions. Moreover, present the beliefs and practices relating to the end of life. What are the fundamental rituals and ceremonies in Judaism, Buddhism, Islam, or other dominant religions? How do they conceptualize death? Find more research topics on studycorgi.com.